Old age is an interesting topic because I did a bit of research on it and I started to see that there's loads of information out there, really technical information about how your reaction time goes down, how your memory gets worse. You know, I'm flying a lot and I normally fly 3 days a week, and to stay current I find is extremely important, but it gets more important the older you get. I think you get more rusty more quickly. And if I don't fly for 2 weeks, then I would definitely go a step down a level of glider after 2 weeks.
Okay.
And, you know, so I mean, right now I'm flying a lot and I'm quite happy to fly with CCC gliders, for example. And if I didn't fly to 2 weeks, then I would probably fly D next flight. And then I would step back up to the CCC gliders. But I think that's probably true for, well, it's difficult for a lot of pilots that don't fly very often. They really need to fly a B glider, you know, an A or a B glider, and not fly C gliders, even if they've been flying a lot for many, many years. And as you get older, well, I mean, you have to face it that when you're 80, you know, you're not going to be flying competition glider anymore, okay? So you pretty much accept that by the time you're 80, you're going to be flying an A glider, yeah? And now I'm 60 and I'm flying a CCC glider. So somehow between 60 and 80, I'm going to go CCC, D, C, B, A, okay? And that's me flying a lot. And I'm going to be going down one level of glider for every 3 or 4 years. And most pilots, let's say you're a pilot, you've been flying all your life but not that much, and you've been flying a D glider, then I would definitely recommend, you know, when you hit 60, you should go down to a C glider. And when you're, you know, if you still continue to fly a lot, yes, you can fly a C glider when you're 70 probably. But most likely if you start flying less, then you should be going to a B glider and even looking at an A glider. So you're just looking at stepping down levels of glider, you know, once you're over 60, and you have to face it because your reactions get slower, and you need to stay more current to be able to stay with the top level of gliders. Oh. And it's something that people don't talk about really. You know, there's a lot of pilots, oh, I've been flying for 30, 40 years, I've always flown competition gliders, I'm going to carry on flying competition gliders. And they do until they crash, you know. And it's, you know, so you just have to accept by the time you're 80, you're probably going to have to fly an A glider, you know. And I mean, when you say it like that, yeah, that's kind of obvious, really.
Yeah, and 80 for you, for pilots who fly less, the A glider will come sooner than that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, that every pilot will be flying an A glider by the 80, yeah. Every pilot in the world, you know. And so for me, also, you know, I feel that, you know, whereas before I would always top land on takeoff, now I more often go to the easy option and go to the easy landing, because I just know that I'm not quite as quick at running over rocks that I used to be, you know, or my reactions are not quite so fast. And then if you do break your arm, it's going to take longer to recover as well. Because I did a bit of research on it and I started to see that there's loads of information out there, really technical information about how your reaction time goes down, how your memory gets worse, how all these things, it's actually from gaming. All the reaction time statistics from gaming and computers, yeah. And they can just, they've got tons and tons of data, and then they can just know exactly how the reaction time of the population changes with age, you know, for men and women. And
what a great side effect of computer games.
Yes.
It's impressive, like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the shooting games, it's all reaction.
Yes. Yeah. And then when you're flying, you need the reactions as well.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And, it's all about the reaction
and you can just see, and you know, when I wrote that article, I could just a little research, and you could immediately see that it's just inevitable, basically.
Well, yeah. We all age.
Yeah, we all age, and it's inevitable reaction time is going to go down.